Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Luciano Chase Toronto coming at you from my basement. So, you know why I'm here. I know why I'm here. We all know why I'm here. So let's talk about why I'm here. I'm here because I believe the 2023 Sophomore Student Council election was rigged against me. Maybe saying, how could it be rigged? How? It's a school election. We're going to talk about it. Don't worry. So let's start by defining rigged so we know exactly what we're talking about. The Oxford English Dictionary defines rigging something as managing or conducting something fraudulently so as to produce a result or situation that is advantageous to a particular person, persons, or organization. Now that's exactly what I believe happened in our election. So before we start, I just got a couple things to address. So you may notice my face is looking a little weird over here. I'm just having some medical stuff going on, but I assure you, if rightfully elected, this will not affect my performance at all. It shouldn't be permanent, but I'm doing good, all right? So, let's take a look at history. Let's talk about some famous elections where similar things have happened. Let's start with the election of 1800. So obviously it took place in 1800, and the two main candidates in that were Thomas Jefferson and Aaron Burr. Aaron Burr famously lost to Thomas Jefferson after Alexander Hamilton endorsed Jefferson over him. So this was a great upset of the time. Almost everyone believed that Burr was going to win, but some things went on behind the scenes, and obviously he didn't. You know, that's in the past, so that's 200 years ago. More, 223 years ago, to be exact. Let's look recently, only 3 years ago. The election of 2020. Now, I'm not going to bring real politics into this. I'm just going to take a look at the facts and what has been told to us at this time. So, in the weeks leading up to the 2020 election, Trump was predicted to win by a decent margin. And then almost overnight on election day, Biden was in the lead. Voting had stopped where Trump was in the lead. Voting stopped. And then the next morning, they have 100,000, 150,000 mail-in ballots, all for Biden. None for Trump, all for Biden. So obviously, something strange is going on there. And in addition to that, the counting of these ballots took almost a week. It took almost a week for all of these ballots to be counted. And remember, in every other election, the results have been announced within 24 hours of polling. So that's just a little strange. It took so long and votes appeared. So obviously something was going on behind the scenes. And I think that's what's happened to me as well. So let's start at the beginning. So I originally got involved in the election when a sign-up was posted in a Google Classroom of mine. So I did it, I clicked, I wrote out my application, I wrote everything I did, and keep this in mind, I wrote my biography fully. I wrote it, submitted it, got my teacher recommendations, that was that. So you know, Monday night comes, and I realized the election's on Tuesday, which was partial election day for a lot of America. So you know, I start campaigning, I make videos, I make posters, I start telling everyone I know about it. I'm saying, vote for me, vote for me. I tell them what I'm all about. And you know, people are excited. A ton of people, oh, I'm gonna vote for you. Awesome. Great. Tuesday rolls around, time to vote. And everyone else on the Google form where the polling took place has a lengthy biography, which they wrote on the application. However, mine was absent. And I thought, this is strange. I wrote out a biography, yet one has not appeared for me. So automatically, this put me at a disadvantage. I was, so to speak, screwed over from the beginning because people aren't going to know what I'm about, you know? So I think this was a deliberate action set forth by the school administration to keep me from taking office, you know? And I honestly couldn't tell you why, because I feel, I'm not just saying this to say, I feel I'm one of the most, if not the most, qualified candidates for the job. I am in ROTC, I have excellent grades, and I care about my community and the school, and I just want to help people. Meanwhile, as my opponents are academically inferior, and they're just not as smart and not as caring about other people. They're good people, I'll say that. They're good people, they're nice people, I enjoy their company. But just for this particular election, they were less suited than me to be the winners. And some of the other candidates who lost, who are also friends of mine, they're also vastly superior as to those who actually got elected, and I feel they should have been elected as well. Yet, despite the fact that we were all superior, nothing happened. We were all denied. We were all not elected. So something just strange going on there. So also the other thing, aside from my biography being not present, I noticed, was that the counting of the ballots took place over multiple days. But this is strange, because, maybe for the entirety of the United States, 350 million people or so, spread across 3 or 4 time zones, thousands of different polling locations, yeah, maybe you could say that it takes a week to count all these votes. But this is around 250 students in one area, in one school, on an instantly available polling site, on a Google form. So, you click, I want him, her, you vote, send it in, it's automatically in a database. And this is for a school, so, there's going to be some people absent that they say, maybe give it Wednesday as well. So, all said and done, the results should have been in around Wednesday afternoon at the end of school day, give it, and everyone time to vote. And people could vote at home. The links were available on almost every Google Classroom. So the fact that it took until Thursday at 3:14, which is when I was informed that I had not been elected, to count all being 250, say, of these votes, that's just a little strange to me. When you have something that instantly gives you results, instantly compiles them, the fact that it takes 3 days to find the results, it's just not kosher. Is it, like the expression, it just doesn't seem kosher. Something seems off, So that just struck me as peculiar, So I feel that something went on behind the scenes to keep myself and some others from taking office and taking these less qualified candidates from taking office instead. It doesn't make sense. Quite frankly, it does not. So we are surrounded by a fog of lies, and the only way to cut through this fog is with the truth and honesty. We need to find out what really happened. We need justice above all else. In my opinion, I think we should call for a revote, Everyone votes regardless if they're there or not, just the people who aren't there, too bad. We just get everyone who's there in school to vote at one time in one period and have the results instantly announced. Because, so that way there isn't time to massage the numbers around. Because, it really just seems strange, So we need an instant revote. Because I genuinely denounce the results of this election because I think they're false. I don't think the winners are actual winners. I don't think there are actual representatives. It just does not make sense, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? So I want to leave you with this. If this was happening to you, how would you feel? Would you think that it's fair when you genuinely feel that you should have won? And I'm not just whining and crying like a little baby. I think something happened here. I really do. Seeing as the fact that everyone else had a bio except me, despite the fact that I filled one out, and that the counting of the votes took that long, it just doesn't seem right to me. You know what I'm saying? So I think we need to have some action taken against this. So I encourage you to speak with your friends about this, get awareness of the issue out there, because I think we could really find out what happened. So thank you for your time and attention, and please leave all comments in the comments section below. I'll be happy to read and reply to all of them with any questions you may have. And I thank you for your time, and I want to let you know that what happens in the dark will come to light. We will find justice for this. Thank you.